be a better joy than a joy of childhood, where no worries, no work, no troubles, and happiness and games. So our centerpiece of our program is Jeux d'enfants, which is in French children's games by French composer Georges Bizet. And that's why, for those who wonder why the program is in French, because Bizet was a great French composer. And to my shame, I only recently discovered this masterpiece, children's games. It's a set of piano pieces for 4 hands, 1 piano, 4 hands, because we're going to play on 2 pianos as well. So I will talk about later because this is a very important piece. We also will play 2 pieces from 2 great giants of 20th century, Shostakovich and Lutosławski. Their music, of course, reflects the all complexity of their times. However, we will play music which is lighter and easier to enjoy, and that's why appealing to younger listeners. Dmitri Shostakovich was a Russian composer of Polish descent, but he was Russian. He was a prodigy when he was a child, but he started, unlike some children from this school, usually these days children start at 5, 6 studying piano or violin. Shostakovich started at 8.5 years, which is late, considered late, but he was a genius and he progressed very fast. And he had, and then when he became, by the way, father later, he had 2 children. One of them, son Maxim. He's now a revered, respected conductor, having lived in America for many years. He is now back in Russia. So, son Maxim was privileged to study piano, playing his dad's music exclusively. So and the piece that we're going to play today is graduation, high school graduation piece for son Maxim. Can you believe it? It's a masterpiece for 2 pianos, full of energy and youthfulness, but also you can hear Russian motifs, tunes of Russian lyricism and Russian, even Orthodox Church chorale, some motifs of it. So, and the second composer is Witold Lutosławski, who is really Polish composer, and he was also a prodigy when he was a child. And as a child, as a piano student, he was put on Chopin diet. It's called Chopin diet. So he played a lot of Chopin, and then suddenly he realized that he's more interested in more modern music, more contemporary, and he completely abandoned that style, and he became a very avant-garde modern composer. And his piano skills actually helped him to survive during the Great War, Second World War. Since Poland was occupied by Nazi Germany, there was no place for them just to work for Polish people. So musicians played in cafes and restaurants, and Lutosławski teamed up with a friend, composer Panufnik, and they played 2 pianos and 4 hands, like today we're going to do. So, and he wrote 200 pieces during the war, just to earn money and also to enjoy. Unfortunately, after the war, when he came back, Warsaw was in ruins, and the war, of course, you know, the result of the war, all scores, all manuscripts perished, but variations on the theme of Paganini that we're going to play. This piece is very interesting because this subject of Paganini is an enigmatic subject that was treated by many composers. Liszt, Rachmaninoff, Brahms, they all love this tiny formula. It's an enigmatic theme formula, like mathematical formula. And different composers treated that formula differently. So some of them made variations, some of them made fantasy on it, some of them made transcription. So Lutosławski called this variations, but in fact it's transcription. It's actually full transcription of violin caprice onto 2 pianos. So you can hear pizzicato, this kind of pizzicato. You can hear bowing, like this arpeggio. You can hear parallel thirds, parallel octaves, parallel tenth that is played like this on violin. So everything is transferred to piano, and also dressed in a very contemporary 20th century And now back to Georges Bizet, because this is, I think it's a centerpiece of the program. Georges Bizet was also a prodigy, but no one knew that until he suddenly wrote a symphony in C major at 17, age 17, and everyone realized that he's genius. Unfortunately, he lived very short life, 38, and he didn't enjoy much of success during his life. And even himself, when he wrote his famous and immortal opera Carmen, that we know him for this opera. All other pieces were neglected for many years. Even himself thought he was a failure, and he died. But 3 months after, the whole France was shocked by the beauty and of this opera, and since then this is opera #1 in the world, most often performed. So, and those who know a little bit of operas, Georges Bizet, you could recognize in our piece some motifs, some characters, or some harmonies, or like really flavor of that music. And this is the piece. This is a set. Each piece is evoking a facet of childhood, a game. We all, as children, play the games. And by the way, these days children are very addicted to electronics, which is sad. You know, these phones, games, computers, and tablets, and everything. At my time, even my time, I just realized we played the same games as they are on this piece. I hope children still, for some children, these names, titles of the pieces still ring the bell. But I really would like to ask you, like, you will hear pop, you know, this pop, swinging, and then playing with doll, riding merry-go-round like carousel, and then playing badminton. Very good game, not popular here, unfortunately, badminton. Very popular in Asia. And in France and in Russia as well. So, and then trumpets and drums, blowing bubbles. These games are actually the same, right, like these days. But I really would like to ask whether these names are really familiar. Puss in the Corner, Blindman's Buff, and Leapfrog. Anyone who doesn't know what is this? Can I see? Everyone knows, right? Good. So these are old games. You will hear them. It's amazing how he did it. And the last thing is that one piece is comically named Little Husband, Little Wife. First, we were kind of surprised. What is this? And then I just thought, it's usually children at 5 and 6, they play dad and mom. Like a family, they play. So he called this Little Husband, Little Wife. But the music is so gorgeous. It's not funny at all, and it's not a comic at all. It's as gorgeous as a duet of Micaela and Don José from Opera Carmen, no less. And I think this piece is really a great masterpiece, unfortunately not played oftenly. This is what I wanted to talk about. And before we start our program, I also should tell that after this concert, the reception will follow in right here in the lobby. And also those who probably everyone knows, almost everyone who I know, has my CD